Today, we are taking on a club that is losing its manager, Erik ten Hag, going over to Manchester United. Losing their right back Mazraoui to Bayern Munich. Gravenberch already confirmed or basically highly rumored to go to Bayern Munich as well. Timber possibly leaving the club. Ajax is a selling club. They build up massive players, massive talents, make them world class and give them out to the world, cash in and reinvest into their academy to keep bringing in these incredible talents into the world of football. And I'm thankful for clubs like them for doing it, because without them, football would be completely different. Now, we are taking on Ajax due to the exodus, the mass exodus that is happening at this club in this summer potentially. We are letting go every single player that is rumored to go somewhere, basically. We are letting go everyone that is already kind of confirmed to go, and we are putting them into the Premier League. I want Ajax to be challenged. I want to build up Ajax in a much more, competitive league. This is going to be a fun video. I'm going to try and keep it in a way where it's true to what Ajax stands for. We're going to try and build up talents. We will also sell players. Yes, we will sell them. So every single season, if we get transfer offers for our talents, if the offer is double the value of them on the market, we have to let them go. This is easily achievable. That's why I'm scared of it. So hopefully I can keep a hold of our players. If not, I will have to keep on recycling throughout the team and see if we can somehow still manage to win the big trophies. It is going to be very important to go ahead and pick the right talents and keep them moving throughout the squad. Let's rebuild Ajax. Let's have fun. Mass exodus is happening, but I'm here to fix it. So going through their biggest players, Mazraoui pretty much confirmed to go to Bayern Munich. He already talked about it in an interview. He's relieved that the deal is through. Then we look at Anthony, who's rumored to go to Manchester United as well. Rumored to go to multiple clubs. The Brazilian winger, if he leaves Ajax, I feel like it's going to be terrible for them because they don't necessarily have someone to replace him yet. Get Sinistera. Anyways, we're going to let go of Anthony. Hala has had an incredible season at Ajax. I feel like he would love to stay, so we're going to keep him around there. Onana is already basically going over to the likes of Inter, so we're going to release him as well. Tagliafico, constantly rumored to go to Barcelona. He's going to go. Timber, basically everyone wants him, so we're going to let go of Timber. I feel like they're going to try and sell him in the hype, get at least 50 million for this young man. That is what we're going to do. So basically, all these talents, including Gravenberch, they are going to leave this team. Gravenberch is gone. Timber is gone. Then we have Tagliafico. Goodbye, my friends. And then Onana going over to Inter to replace Handanovic. Anyone else that I can see in here that I know could possibly leave? I don't think there is anyone left. I think we're fine. This Darami kid is talented, but I don't think he's the one to replace the likes of Anthony yet. I feel like there's a lot of deals that need to be done. Let's dive straight into this, rebuild Ajax, and do it in the right way. Do it in a way that Cruyff and all those guys, all those legends would be proud.
Come give me a kiss.
I think one thing we can definitely say right here is that this team is much weaker now after letting go of a bunch of these players. It's not an ideal situation to be in. And on top of it, the budget is not that big. We only have 43 million. I mean, in the sense of an Ajax team, a team that is in the Premier League, looking at this team right now, we are lacking a center midfielder. Berkus is a center attacking midfielder who actually does play in like a midfield type position many times as well if he has to. And I feel like that -4 is a bit harsh. Nonetheless, Kudus can play right wing. I don't like him right wing. Rensch is a good talent. We might be able to build on him. But in the Premier League, the performances of this team could be tough at the beginning. Like getting, I'd say getting top 8 would be amazing. Schurz is a good talent as well. Stecklenburg is old. We definitely need to get a good new goalkeeper in. And they do have some talented goalkeepers as backups, but let's be real, Gorta or Teton, they're not ready yet, especially for the Premier League. So anyone that we buy has to be at a decent level already, and that costs a lot of money. So in that sense, 43 million definitely isn't enough to do a complete turnaround this season. I feel like, though, we can make 1 or 2 really good signings. And what I want to do is I want to sign players that actually have performed really well in this real-life season. If we are talking about young goalkeepers that performed well, there's one that comes to mind immediately. Lafont had one of the most impressive individual performances of this year against PSG. Got a 100 rating in the game against them, which is a very, very rare thing to do in the L'Equipe magazine. They never really give out 100s, but Lafont managed to do so. This guy is incredible. He's a big talent, always has been on FIFA, but never really broke through as much. But this season feels different. Nantes have done really well. He has been a great goalkeeper for them. And I think this kid deserves a big move in this summer. I really hope he does get it. I feel like he might have made that step up finally. And Lafont is going to be our goalkeeper. I feel like that's the right choice for a team like Ajax. A young goalkeeper that has already kind of proven himself. Better than Stecklenburg, that is for sure. And definitely better than Pasveer, who has played a lot of games this season, but guy's 37, so let's bring in the talents. Lafont is the #1 transfer. If we talk about AC Milan, who are about to go ahead and lift the title in Italy for a first time in a very long time, we have to talk about their defense. Theo Hernandez, incredible season. Tomori has stepped up big time and definitely earned a spot in the English national team, in my opinion. He has been the best English defender this season outside of England. And we have Kalulu. This kid in the second half of the season for AC Milan, when they had injuries to certain players in the squad, has stepped up in the centre-back position and also in the full-back position. He deserves a massive shout, and for that reason, he deserves a move to Ajax. Pierre Kalulu is now going to be our centre-back. Now, I know he's not necessarily way higher rated than Schürrle, but this will lead to some fighting for that spot, which I am not against. Schürrle and Kalulu will have to fight for the spot alongside Lisandro Martinez. And when it comes to the players that we have let go, I think it's only fair that we have let go the ones that I did let go, because other ones might have some rumors about them. But realistically speaking, those ones who have left now are probably the ones that will end up going, which will have to lead to Ajax buying a lot of players. I'm looking forward to seeing what Ajax will do, because they do have great backups who can step up, like the Shores, the Wrench type players. But if especially Anthony goes, they will have to buy a winger. But I'm not buying the winger yet. I'm going to have to buy him next season because we have no more money left. Oh, by the way, let's not forget about this. The Youth Academy right here from Ajax obviously is incredible. But since we are in the Premier League already, we will only take on one of their players. William Goodman, 73 rated, decent amount of pace, good passing, good dribbling, amazing dribbling. He is coming into the squad. He could be higher rated in the right wing spot, which would be ideal because Kudus, he's all right at right wing, but I want to have someone higher rated there. He's 75 rated at right wing. Do I give him a chance over Kudus? I think I do. Kudus, I'm going to have you as a backup midfielder, my friend. I'm sorry for it, but Goodman takes over the right wing spot. Right-footed, 5-star weak foot, 4-star skills, 6'3", only 17 years old. He's the man. Ajax has a new big talent. So this is basically what we're going to do every time someone comes in for an offer. Kenneth Taylor is a talented player, 19 years old. He's worth 3.8. Double that. That's 7.6. If they are willing to pay that, they can have him. If not, well, he sticks around. 3.8. No, thank you. Rejected. Get out of here, club.
Get the hell out of here.
The first season has come to an end, and I have to admit, I'm shocked. Ajax barely managed to stay up in the Premier League. You can see what happens to a team like this if they lose some of their biggest players and their coach, and now have basically not been able to replace them properly. Ajax 16th with 43 points, but there is a big gap to the 18th spot, so that gives me hope. And just one more win could have put us into the 13th, so I'm not going to look at this as a failure of a season, but it definitely is a warning coming our way. And I think it really might be down to the fact that, first of all, Berkus is not necessarily a centre mid, so I'm assuming Taylor has played. Berkus to turn into, or Backhouse, him to turn into a centre midfielder would have taken him 400 weeks. So we can forget about that one. And for Kudus, it was like 60 weeks. But It's good to see that some of these players have grown. Shores has definitely played a bunch of games. Kalulu is up to a 78, which I love to see. And yeah, Teton, by the way, I don't know if I said that he's a talented goalkeeper. He's 35. I was more talking about Gorta. Anyways, we have a decent team who hasn't performed to the top levels like they do in the Eredivisie, but that was to be expected. And you can tell that some of the older players like Hala and Tadic have been the main ones performing alongside the Berghaus here as well. So you can tell that the youngsters have not been at that top level yet for us. And we definitely need to change that. That is what Ajax is about. And throughout the season, no one wanted to pay double of what the players are worth in terms of value. So we have had no issues with having to let players go. If and when that happens, I will always let you guys know. When I am in the transfer windows, I go through it week by week, negotiating and everything. And when a deal comes through that I feel like is only fair to accept, I'll go ahead and accept it and show you guys as well. But for the first year, Ajax is struggling. I don't have the power! In this new season, my friends, we have 46 million to spend. And I think my evaluation of going ahead and basically selling players for twice their value might be a little bit too much, because that doesn't happen too often. I've had that experience happen to me many times. So maybe instead of doing that, we're going to give ourselves this idea. Every single season, I have to sell at least one player from the starting lineup. That's the way we're going to go. So I'm forced to let players go and keep this Ajax thing going of letting players go, replacing them, letting them go, replacing them, and constantly building up players to make money. So this season, we have a couple of options. And this comes down to players that are below 30, because letting someone like Tadic go is just natural, right? He's 33 years old. But everyone below 30, that's what we're looking at. So for me, Hala had to be the guy. It's either Hala or, oh no, Berghaus is already above 30. So it will have to be the striker. I need to bring in a top youngster into that position, and it will probably cost me a lot of money, but I'm willing to do it. 172 million to spend. Well, I have done a little bit of selling, my friends. We have let go of some of the oldies, but first of all, the main man that counts for this season as a big sale is Hala. He's going 55 million for him. Berghaus has gone 39.7 million for a 30-year-old. Tadic, 25 million going over to Arsenal, down to an 82 rating. Blind, 22.5. But this leaves us with a lot of spots open. Striker, left wing, left back. We need to sort this out. Centre mid as well. A lot of problems that we need to solve right here, right now. And I'm going to try my best to pull it off. And I could move Martinez to left back and put Shures into centre back if I don't have enough money for all the signings I want to make. But again, I'm going to try and sign players that actually did well in real life.
Is this real life?
I did have a lot of money and I could have bought bigger players, but I really wanted to go after players that I have seen do really well this season and players that have just recently really blown up. So when it comes to the MLS, since the European season is coming to an end, I've been watching a bunch of MLS, and Castellanos is incredible. Tati Castellanos is a player that plays for New York. The guy scores a lot of goals right now. He's the main man up top in front of players like Thales Magno and Thiago Andrade. He looks very good. So we brought him into the team, even though he's not necessarily too high rated in that striker position. A massive downgrade from Hala, but it is what it is. Then I brought in Jota. You might have seen him earlier in the video. I wanted to sign him. He was in my shortlist, but obviously he was loaned at Celtic. Celtic need to keep a hold of this guy. He's doing incredible things over there and possibly will be sticking around. It looks like Celtic might be buying Jota and Carter Vickers, who have been loaned into their team, and they can get them for a low amount of money compared to the amount of money that Premier League sides spend. I think those will be very good deals for them. So Jota, I'm very excited about. Then we have another one that personally I don't think I've ever used, Mihailovic, who is also doing absolutely incredible right now in the MLS. I brought him in. He's a center forward who can also play center midfield, so I'm going to turn him into a center midfielder. Can't wait to see what he can do in that position. I feel like that could be a center midfielder that scores a lot of goals for us. Then I've gone in on Wehrmann, This guy right now plays for PSV, I believe. He just recently transferred into their team. He might have played for Heerenveen before. I might be mistaken here. But nonetheless, a lot of people expect him to be the next big thing, the best young midfielder in the Eredivisie next season. And I'm excited to see what he can pull off. He's had some great performances already, and it looks like he could be a force to be reckoned with. Then we move into the back and we see David Raum, Hoffenheim's left back, who now pushed into the national team. Has been such a good player. He is so good moving forward. I watched him live as well, and he very much impressed me. So I think these signings are quality for us. I'm actually very, very excited to see what this team can do this season, even though they are not necessarily massive upgrades and then at some points definitely downgrades. I still feel like we make the right choices for what Ajax stands for. So let's see how these downgrades do, because I do have bit of a mixed feeling. As I'm seeing right now, we have gotten a draw against Man City. That is not a bad sign, you know. That could be a good sign. And it is. We get ourselves 9th position. 16th in the first season, I believe it was. And we move up to 55 points, 9th in the second season. This is quality. I like that. Even though we technically haven't really upgraded the team, but throughout the season, the players could have upgraded themselves. So let's see how they have done. We are looking at Castellanos up to an 81. Yes. Goodman, 81. Jota, 80. Mihailovic, who requested a transfer for whatever reason. 2 months after buying him, he submitted a transfer request. I don't know what the hell just happened there. Veerman is up to an 82. Alvarez is quality at the 84 rating. Martinez is great, obviously. Kalulu has gone up to an 81. He has now established himself ahead of Schürrle, who's now a backup centre-back. Wrench up to a 79. I believe that is a +2 this season. David Raum with massive upgrades as our left wing back. I'm very happy with that. And Lafont only up by +1 if I'm not mistaken. The good thing is we only have one player below the rating of 80, and that is Wrench. And he's young, and he still can go ahead and move forward in that spot to become one of the best in the world. So we don't have to worry about that one too much. Now, this upcoming season, I probably have to sell Mihailovic, which really sucks. So the one player that we're going to let go has already predetermined it himself because he's forcing his way out. So I don't know what the hell I'm supposed to do. We need to find a new center midfielder. And this time, I can probably spend my entire budget on him. And looking at the individual performances, we only see 11 and 4 from Goodman, 10 and 3 from Castellanos. Ooh, okay. We're not looking too good. So in the new season, Mihailovic has left us. The transfer has gone through, and I had to find a new center midfielder. Mateus Nunes from Sporting. He is rumored to be one of the talents that apparently Pep Guardiola is extremely interested in, and he's trying to lure him over to Manchester City. As far as I know, there has been a deal that just finished in between Manchester City and Sporting. I think Pedro Porro, who was loaned out into their squad, now officially signed with Sporting for the upcoming season and further along that as well. So maybe there's already a good contact between the two clubs and City gets this kid into their team. Now, I personally wanted to get him over here immediately because I feel like he would be the perfect player for this midfield. He has the pace, he has the shooting, the passing, the dribbling. He's basically the perfect talent for this center midfield position. And I genuinely think this midfield would do wonders. Nunes and Veerman in one team, that really looks good to me. Hopefully, we don't have to spend much more money. We go ahead and make one big signing and trust our team. As we finish this season, I am watching Liverpool kick off against Southampton. What's going to happen in that title race, man? I really don't know. Can Steven Gerrard make a parting gift at the end of the season by getting a draw or a win against Manchester City? It would be incredible if that happens. But hey, let's see if Liverpool can go ahead and win against Southampton because we are playing a mixed bag of a team here. This is really an unreal change and rotation of the squad. I don't know what the hell is going on there. But yeah, anyways, we move. Now, the team, my friends, look at this. Castellanos up to an 85. I love that. Nunes 85. Veerman 84. Alvarez 84. The entire defense above 80 now. That Wrench has gone up to an 81. Lafont has gotten a little bit of an upgrade. Jota is looking quality, and Goodman, again, looks very, very good. So, generally speaking, we are in a very good spot with the team, but we also are coming into Europe now. We came in 6th, 68 points on us. We are going to be taking part in European competitions for the first time. Ajax is now one of the bigger clubs in the Premier League, and that really excites me. I love the fact that we are challenging ourselves by putting this Ajax team into this league. That is why gaming is fun. You can do things that are not really necessarily realistic in real life. So that part of this I really, really do enjoy, even though I try to bring in players that are actually doing well in real life. I like that fantasy aspect of it, though. Now, I think someone must have had an amazing season. And there we go. Goodman, 25 and 19. And it's not only him. It's Castellanos and Jota as well. Our front three had an incredible year. And that gives me a lot of hope moving forward. Quality work from our squad. Let's keep this up in the next year. And also, let's see who's going to leave us. Oh, no. Southampton scored. Why? Oh, Nathan Redmond. Deflected shot beats Alisson. Anyways, two sad news back to back. Castellanos has been sold. The question of who is going to go has been answered. The release clause of Castellanos has been triggered. And that means we now look at 176 million to bring in a new striker. Well, yeah, this one's going to be a good one. I'm still upset that that just went in. Ah, man. Ugh. I've only gone and done it. De Ketelaar, CDK, is now a part of our team. A Belgian joining a Dutch side. Why not? Cyril Dessers at Feyenoord is working well, so let's try this. Ketelaar is going to be the replacement for Castellanos. It still sucks that Castellanos had to go, but hey, I said I'm going to sell a big player every single season. You've done so now. Let's just keep moving. And I'm still sad about Liverpool conceding because I feel like VAR should have outruled it. Anyways, we move. Takumi Minamino! What a strike! Top right corner. The league title is still on, even though it is a dream, you know? Still, Takumi Minamino scoring against Southampton. It was meant to be. The team he was loaned out to. What a strike into the top right as we go ahead and finish off the season, my friends. We do not see a Europa League final here. We lost against Manchester United and we lost again against them in the league as well. We are 5th. We moved up one spot this season. Losing out on Castellanos definitely didn't help, but I'm still proud of this team. I'm still proud of what we have achieved so far with this Ajax squad. And look at that. Ketelaar has gone up to an 87. I can't complain about that, man. Jota 86, Goodman 88. Veerman is stuck at the 84. He might have gotten injured, or Kudus might be getting some of the playtime, which is really annoying. Nunes up to an 87. Alvarez up to an 86. Raum, Martinez, Kalulu, all looking good. Even Wrench gone up to an 84. Lafont 87. He's the captain now because he has the leadership trait. So I thought that might be helpful. But generally speaking, what I love about this is that we have all the way through had a decent bench. So congratulations to me, because I never really have good benches in the career modes that I do. So I'm looking at Veerman as possibly the one to move on. He's unhappy. Things are not looking too good for him. How was his season? He had 3 goals, 7 assists in 36 games. Kudus has played 40 games. He plays even though he's a center attacking mid. Now, Jota, Ketelaar, Nunes, all with great seasons. I'm very satisfied with that. So that's quality. And it's even more quality that Liverpool have gone ahead and equalized 28 minutes in. Let's keep this up. Veerman is gone. Veerman, or whatever, however you pronounce his name. He's gone, and we have brought in a player that is not going to be rivaled by Kudus anymore. 89 rated Valverde. This one is doing an incredible job at Real Madrid. Is now part of the Champions League final to play against Liverpool. I gotta be honest, like, I see him as a big talent. Yes, I do. But a lot of times when I do watch Real Madrid, I just don't see it, you know? Sometimes you watch a player and you're like, yeah, he has that thing. With Valverde, I've seen it maybe once or twice, but I don't know. He has always had this high potential. And maybe he turns out to be one of the best midfielders in the world. I can't say that. But I feel like, I don't know, there's something missing. Am I the only one that sees this? I might be wrong on this. I might be completely wrong on this, by the way. He is obviously a great talent. Otherwise, he wouldn't play for Real Madrid. But in my personal case, I'd rather play Camavinga. That's just me. But anyways, Valverde is in 89 rated. He comes into the squad now as a center midfielder, and Veerman is gone. That's a +5 upgrade, and I do see our team doing better this season. That is for sure. Would you look at that? Torino in El Final. So, that is a good look. We have beaten AC Milan. We have beaten Fiorentina. We have beaten Olympique Lyon along our way, our road to the final. And the team itself: Jota 90, Ketelar 89, Goodman 90, Valverde looks incredible, Nunes, Alvarez, love it. The entire defense, including Wrench, now above 87. I was worried about him. I thought I had to replace him, but we're getting to a point now where if someone leaves the team, we basically have to buy the best talent in that position to make up for the loss of the player that has just left. So yeah, ideally, we want to get into the Champions League final next season if we can. That would be great, because I don't want to lose out on too many players and chop and change the team too often from this point on, because I grew to like this team now. I'm very excited about the midfield specifically. I think this midfield is incredible. Alvarez is very good defensively, but Valverde and Nunes are probably amazing to use. It's probably Nunes or something, because obviously Bruno Fernandes, and then he's probably Mateus Nunes or something. Anyways, let's take a look at the ratings of the players and their development in terms of goals and everything. The Ketelar. This is why we brought you in. Tati Castellanos, no one misses you around here, pal. We got Goodman on 21 and 12. That's great to see. Jota 21 and 7. Ernesto and Nunes doing great. And then Alvarez has had a great season as a CDM as well. So nothing to complain about here. We are playing in the Europa League final. So let's see how our team does in this matchup against Torino. In front of your eyes, do we win it? Do we lose? I'm pretty confident. And Jota, Valverde, first European trophy lifted. Let's go for the next one.
Another one.
Oh, by the way, forgot to mention, we won the league. So it's the double for the team, guys. I was just about to move into the next season, sorted out the contract, and I realized, oh wait, you're being stupid. You forgot to show the league table. Champions League, here we come. Big title lifted. Ajax to dominate the Premier League. Why not? As I told you, if someone goes, we have to bring in one of the best talents in that position. Now, Shores is here as a backup. This Martinez has left the team for 100 million, which again, as a selling club, it felt good. So, Shores goes back to the bench. And who comes in? It's going to be Araujo. Araujo is looking very good. For Barcelona, they have a couple of options. It's at centre-back, obviously. With Piqué there, an aging centre-back that really wants to get involved into the bigger parts of the club, not just as a player, but possibly within the sporting director role, whatever he has planned. But Piqué wants to do a lot more at Barcelona, so we could maybe see him move on into that position. Araujo and Eric Garcia could be the future for Barcelona, but who knows what's going to happen there. They probably have a few more options in going into the future, but I believe he has just recently kind of agreed to extend his contract, which is nice to see. But he comes in as an 89 rated centre-back, same rating as Martinez, and he cost us 100 million. His contract was running out, so I didn't have to pay as much as I normally would have. But I feel like we will see a bunch of people get to that 90 rating this season. I'm in love with Joel Matip. You might ask why. It's because he just scored a goal for Liverpool to go 2-1 up, and Ajax have done it. Erik Ten Hag, I don't need you. Mazraoui, I don't need you. Anthony, Gravenberch, all these guys, we don't need them because we are in the Champions League final. Beaten Leipzig, beaten Real Madrid, beaten PSG. What a road to the Champions League trophy it has been for this exact team. No one is injured? Yes. Now, Ketelar 91, Jota 91, Goodman 90, Valverde 91, Nunes or Nunes up to a 90. Alvarez has not gotten to a 90. That's disappointing. And the same goes for Ench, but the rest of the team, it's all 90s and above. And David Raum is one of the highest rated players on the team. I love to see that. Lafont, the captain, is leading the line. But for this last game, we got to give the captaincy to a player that is an original off the squad. I guess I'll go with Wrench because he's Dutch as well, isn't he? I believe Wrench is Dutch. Yes, he is. Alvarez, I believe, is Mexican. Is he? Let me just double check right here. Yes, he is. So we're going to give it to the one of their own, basically, a Dutchie here in Wrench. He's going to be the one to hopefully lift the title. But who has been the main player of this season? I'd be surprised if it isn't the Ketelar. Whoa. 44-8. That is incredible. Wow, this guy, genuinely, that is an incredible season right there. He has led us to the promised land. And I was seeing a suspension sign next to him. Does that mean he's not able to play this game? Please don't tell me he isn't. Okay, it's all good. We'll be able to play him. Good stuff, lads. We move into the Champions League final. And as we do that, let me see if we have won the league. Yes. Yes, we have. Ajax to the top without Erik ten Hag. With me, Mr. Rebuild. Well, would you look at that starting lineup from Bayern Munich? Evan Nilsson, Musiala, Ikone, Kökçü, Veerman, Kimmich, Timber. Well, okay. So they do have our very own in there. That's going to be quite interesting. Ooh, there we go. Frank Rijkaard on top of that right there. The tifo of the big man is placed in a great position. Now, I want to see some beautiful football. I want to see some nice goals. We are in the iconic white and red Ajax kits. That should show Bayern Munich that they need to be scared of these players being capable of pulling off incredible things on this pitch. Cross coming in, chested down by our very own Nunes. Go on. Great run from Jota. The Celtic man is running. He has someone chasing him down. He goes for the finesse. It's not too bad. Wouldn't mind the long shot, but hey, it is what it is. We see someone back there just completely by himself. This is going to be fun. Go on, whip it in. It's Ernesto, not Ernesto. Federico Valverde, isn't it? Hey, not too bad. Another good chance. Bayern down the right. Ooh, I just got outplayed big time. It's a great ball inside. Man, that's a great goal. I got to give it to him. Orkun Kökçü, the Feyenoord midfielder, scores against Ajax. What else do you need? Bayern Munich take the lead. I'm upset. I got outplayed down the wing and in the center. No one's defending. I don't know what the hell our boys are doing. Go on. Jota stops, brings it back. We have options down the center. Waiting for the ball to get to their feet. Nunes plays it back. He's the Ketelar. The boys are getting into great spots. It's a great pass and it's beautiful football. This is what Ajax is about. Passing, great passing and a quality run in behind the defense. Guys, you couldn't ask for a better passing moment there. Look at that. Look at the moment that Ketelar makes his run now. And Nunes sees it immediately. What a goal. By the way, as we're playing against Bayern Munich, what do you guys think about this whole Lewandowski to Barcelona rumor? Like, it's a bit crazy. Leva basically openly says that he would like to go now because obviously then Bayern Munich would also receive some money for the transfer. But Bayern Munich officials like Oliver Kahn and such are basically out here just... Oh, what a save! Jota! Make it 3. Oh, man, that's unfortunate. We have Ketelar waiting in the center. Receives it. Hits it. Who needs Lewandowski when you can have CDK? 3 chances with Jota. It comes around to Goodman. He sees his striker just waiting. The movement right there from CDK is unreal, by the way. The fact that he moves away from the back line and pushes himself just around the edge of the box is just big brain. Big brain plays. Love it. But going back to the level thing, I think he would do incredible at Barcelona. But as a Bayern fan, obviously, I don't want him to go. But on the other side, that means next season he would go on a free. And that is painful. But then again, Bayern Munich have done enough with Lewandowski so that they can let him go for free because the guy has earned them so many trophies. So I'm like, yeah, you know what? Just let him go whenever he wants to. And if he does get the move to Barcelona next season, he's going to be like 34. Is that still good enough? I mean, for a player like Leva, it might just be. Ooh, good ball from Bayern down the right. Ikone, can he outdo me once again? Ikone, no, not this time. David Raum is paying attention. We move forward now with the likes of Jota. Jota, he feels incredible on the ball, by the way. Jota keeps going. And now he cuts inside. He lobs it up one more. Come on. Ooh, Alvarez. Brother, that is a bit harsh. You need to calm down. Come on now. Alvarez again. He's on him. He's on his case. Bayern Munich could score here, but they won't. Lafont is on top of it. Ooh, Bayern looking dangerous with good passing play. Kimmich. Oh, what a ball. Ikone again, but Lafont has a bad touch, Ikone. As we get towards these last minutes in this Champions League final, I want to give a huge shout out once again to clubs like Ajax that keep building the next generation of amazing football players every single time they go out there and find these talents. Goodman! Finish! Oh, no! Finish him off, Goodman! What are we doing? Ah, we messed up there. Nunes. Go on. David Raum. Inside. Good cross. Goodman. No. Once again, we get it. CDK lobs it above two defenders. And that is going to be the end of the game. Huge shout out to Ajax for what they do in the world of football and every other club that does anything that is similar to them. Teams like Salzburg and Leipzig have really taken over this model and are taking it to the next level at the moment. So it's very impressive to see that their system is being taken over by so many clubs because it is so effective and so enjoyable. As a football fan, if you constantly see young kids come through and become world-class, it's just a joy to watch. And there he is. Wrench lifts the title. Original Ajax player gets to lift the trophy. Guys, thank you so much for watching this one. I appreciate you all. If you did enjoy the video, smash up that like button and of course subscribe if you are new. I'm having such a good time recording these rebuilds and it's all thanks to you guys and your support. Have a good one. Leave me suggestions in the comments down below for the next one to record. Have a great day. Take care and peace.